Hello and good morning. I don't know if any of you are actually here yet, but we should be jumping into it soon. I will be jumping into the action in just a minute, and hopefully we'll see some good racing today. And we're seeing some purple sectors from Tom in the early stages of practice. Not very surprising at all. Tom has always been up there. I am expecting a strong showing from Vamos for Hire today. They rarely disappoint. And let's jump on board with Tom as he goes through his laps. And entering the downhill section now, he's going to manage to brake just enough without bringing the rear of the car around. And this is going to be the action zone today. One real long straight with a kink. There's the kink. And then you're going to see all the action right there into that tight left, right into the main straight. You might see a couple more attempts into the this left right here. But mostly I'm expecting... Oh, sorry about that. Got a little echo. Hello. How are you doing? Hello, hello. And so Tom going back up the hill now. It's quite a big climb into the first right-hander. Let's jump on board. Then as he comes up over this blind crest, he's going to want to start braking. Prep for this left, tight left right there. Open it up. Get across the track, and then another quick right-hander. He's going to want to straighten it out there. And then another beautiful blind left. Over the crest, blind left. Don't run into the sand there. That'll be the downfall of a few people today. And you want to make sure that you just get right enough that you don't get your cut there. Don't spin it around on those two braking sections. And then back on the power through this. Oh, and he taps the wall and it throws everything off. And that's exactly the Bathurst way. The slightest error is going to take you from king of the hill to dead. And we're only going to be able to see a few of those in the race before it's too late. Let's jump on board with team. And here he goes up the hill into the right-hander. You carry so much speed into that, but sometimes you just carry a little too much. Whew, whew, whew. Big crash, big crash. And if these drivers can't get this sorted out by race time, we're really looking for a tough race. It'll be more about a survival of the toughest rather than a survival of the fittest today. I'm not sure if this is a genuine case of the commentator's curse today, but every time I jump on somebody, it just seems to immediately be the end of them on the track. Let's take a ride with Puma while we watch him chase down. I'm not really sure who, but while we watch him chase somebody down, I'm gonna grab a beverage, so I will return. Alright, and we are back. Now, let's, oh, this is perfect. Tom's coming up to, the start-finish, so, we'll play a little game. Right here, he's going into, Murray's corner, That's going to be the final corner of the track. That's the 23rd corner of this monstrous track. Going down the main straight into turn 1, known as Hell Corner. Now, it's imperative to not do that in the race. Hopefully we will, unfortunately. Oh, that's perfect though. We'll hop on team here. Team has just finished Hell's Corner. It's going up the mountain straight. Now, this track does have a lot of straights, a lot of passing opportunities. Into the second turn of the track, Griffin's Bend, carry as much speed as you can, and again, try not to spin it. Up and into the third, fourth, and you call those the cutting right here. Quarry Corner coming up here, that's consists of the 5th, 6th, and possibly the 7th, depending on who you ask. 7th could be known as Reed Park, though. Turn 8. Into turn 9 here, which is called the Frog Hollow. As you can tell, this is a very Australian track. As we, oh, I'm sorry, I was a little behind there. We're into the S's. We just passed the Dipper. Oh, no, my bad. We're approaching the Dipper right here. Oh, I'm just behind. We'll have to do this another time. I lost track on a couple of turns back there. Let's see. Let's try this again. Up we go. Into the cutting. Around Quarry Corner. Up through Reed Park. And Frog Hollow. Into McPhillarmy Park. There we go, that's the one I had missed last time, McPhillarmy Park. Then you're gonna fly over this one, it's called the Skyline, you can guess why. Down into the S's. Quick left into the Dipper. And then a quick series of turns. Up until you reach this one, the Forest's Elbow. And then bam, a drag race. Straight down to the chicane. And by chicane, well, I guess it's a really large chicane. You're gonna see a lot of passing opportunity right there. Into the chase. One giant chicane, like I said. Not many opportunities for a cut there. Looks like Super Yam's gonna take the pit. Ooh, and he is perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at where we are with 15 minutes left in practice. We have, my lord, a 20. I don't even want to do the math. I'm sorry, I have not slept. That's going to be a 27-second 27-second field. If we take out the outlier, though, we're still looking at a solid 7 seconds between first and 14th place. I am certain we're going to see some lapping today. On a track this big, you don't actually expect to see it. A lap time is over 2 minutes even for the fastest of drivers. But we are going to see some people be lapped today. I guarantee we're going to see a few DNFs. If we could get a precursor, those of you watching, how many people do you expect to finish race 1 today? So far we have a field of 15. I'm guessing that might grow maximum to just shy of 20. I honestly think from seeing the carnage so far that we might... Oh, team going full Tokyo Drift there, but not holding it through. As I was saying, I think we might just see about half the field make it to the final checkered flag. Well, take a look at what Puma has got in store for us. Let's take a ride on board. Let's just take a moment to really enjoy that engine sound. There, you can hear the brilliant sound of those massive V8 engines. Every downshift accompanied with a nice little blip of throttle. It's almost like music. And Tom has been very solid throughout all of practice. Well, he's been one of the most consistent throughout practice. I don't think I can say that anybody has actually been solid through this. But with a 206.9, qualifications are looking good for him. I'm looking, and I don't see anybody who's really going to be contesting his qualification if he can put down a time like that for it. Oh, and we've got bets on the biggest lap 1 pileup. Is that going to be turn 1, lap 1, or are we allowing it to get all the way to the downhill? Tom coming in with a new fastest lap, 206.6. Yeah, Vaffle, if we are making it until the top of the mountain, I'm thinking we could easily lose 5 going downhill all at once. In fact, if we could lose maybe like the 7th person, then we could lose the whole back of the field potentially. There's just not a lot of room. If somebody makes a mistake in the middle of that train, it's gonna ruin it for everybody. I think that we will see the biggest accident today going downhill. I smell a lot of dipper incidents today. It'll really catch you out when you're pushing hard. If you currently have the stream open and you have a Discord near you, you should link this into whatever Discord you think will get some people on board. I think it'll be a good time for them. Certainly be a good time for us. 10 minutes left in practice. Things are finally going to start heating up. You're going to see some people hopefully getting into the groove of things. Oh, and Super Yam really getting into the groove there. Oh, and we see Paisani out on the track. Let's see what he can do today. Look at the size of that car. These things are absolute units. And you see there his license plate actually reading ABS please as he takes an unexpected John Deere trip across the grass. Luckily for him, he does seem to have the right equipment. Oh. Let's jump on board with our newest member. We have a new entry to the field this week. In his first race in ACRL history, he has chosen to do it on one of the absolute most mad combos I have ever seen. I think that the leaders have a lot to worry about today. This is going to be his toughest day. And with practice winding down, just a minute left. We'll probably see most of the drivers end up back in the pits. We're seeing oversteer. First load in here. He's usually pretty fast. We'll see what he's able to do today. I don't know how much practice he's done. He usually does quite a bit on the day before the race, so I'm sure he's up to speed. No pun intended. Meanwhile, our main field has mostly shrunk down a little. We're still at fastest lap of 206.6 from Tom. And not counting the outlier of the new guy, we have well, depending on if we have a return of Gorky, 210 or 213. Now, if Gorky decides to sit this one out due to pace, I think he's actually making the wrong choice. It shows him not connected for me right here, but I think even with a slower pace today, he might end up surprising himself with his positions gained just from wrecks throughout the day. Also on that reverse grid, it's going to be absolutely mad. As we reach overtime, we will see oversteer won't have time to put in even a full lap, so it's going to be the battle of qualifying. And with a track like this, your outlap is so long that you have to be pretty careful. You don't want to put too much heat into your tires. You definitely don't want to be locking up your brakes. You do not want to flat spot your tires on your outlap. You just kind of want to take it easy, but also don't let your tires cool too much. And for a track this long, you have to be concerned with all the other people too. So you have to leave quick enough to get your laps in, but you don't want to be stuck in traffic. So we may see a little bit of strategy come out just in the launching order. But most of all, I think we're just going to see a nice calm procession for the first outlap, and then if we're lucky, we'll see a bunch of clean laps. And it seems like these veterans are taking advantage of the new guy, not even trying to tell him to switch his tires. They're just bullying him. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be enough time to get a setup to the man, so hopefully he can do that. I'm not even sure if he knows that he needs to blip the throttle, but we're going to have fun with this one. And Tom, always the smartass. Absolutely, you know what, just to humor him. Yeah, really small field. Unfortunately, not a lot of people liked this one. Even less people liked the combination. I think Bathurst is a little intimidating for some people. However, it's looking like we're gonna have a race. I mean, we do have Gorky has yet to reconnect, so our field is only going to be realistically 4 seconds. 206 and a half to 2010 and a half, or 2010, yeah, that's who I am. So, like I was saying, 206 and a half to 210 and a half. That's not a bad spread. I think you'll probably see those times come down a little as the track continues. And the ones we've got to look out for today. Oscar Pink. Oscar has been very, very safe. Oh, and they're off. Qualifying. And who's the first one out? Is that Super Yam? Super Yam is going to be the first one? Yep, we're going to take a ride with the Yam. And it looks like he's pushing straight into this. He wants to get to that hot flying lap as fast as possible. Oscar Pink right behind him. As I was saying about Mr. Pink, I think that he is one to look out for today. While he has not had necessarily the absolute raw pace of the Tom or the Oversteer, even the occasional P-Troll. Speaking of, unfortunately I didn't see a P-Troll today, but as I was saying, Mr. Pink has excellent consistency. I've watched him over the season. He maintains his composure very well. He doesn't do a lot of excessive sliding. He manages his tires well. I really think that on this track in particular, all those little things are going to help him. He doesn't take the risks that a lot of other guys are always seeming to take, and so for that reason I think he's going to excel here, because this is a track that the risks, they pay off just as much as they will absolutely end your shit. It does not take much to total your car, and if you total it at the top of the mountain, good luck getting to the bottom. So I think that Oscar's safety first strategy is really going to pay off. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Oversteer. Oversteer drives the car with reckless abandon. Not absolutely reckless abandon, but I would say he drives it like he ran onto the paddock, jumped in it at the race start, and said, "Screw you, it's my turn." He is going to push so hard. Likely we're going to see him somewhere close to the pole position. I imagine Tom or Oversteer are going to be two of the contenders for that pole position. Our normal... Oh, thank you. I honestly can't imagine how you would expect me to sound. More like an asshole, I assume. But, yeah, I was just about to say a few of our normal competitors for the front of the field aren't going to be racing today, it seems. Rune Janssens decided to take a break for today. Bien Major. He's put in a lot of really, really good performances as well. It doesn't seem that he's going to be showing up. We also don't have... Let's take a look at our series. We're missing quite a few of the normal contenders today. Perhaps their visas got declined. Maybe they just found Australia a little too warm for them. Let's take a look at the championship. Okay, so And yeah, so that's one of the ones we're missing. We're missing both of the boys who give me so much trouble, Eunice and Jonas. So are we just missing almost the entire Koof racing team today? I don't think I've seen a single Koof boy. If somebody sees one of those guys out on the track, just let me know, because so far, I think I think they're all taking the day off. That's a real shame too, because I was really enjoying their car out on the track. Not only that, they have been putting in a good fight all season long. Eunice was 6th in the Drivers' Championship, actually. It wouldn't have taken much in a race like today for him to have snuck up there and stolen it away. Rune pretty much throwing away the championship today. Just by not showing up, he has defaulted to a 2nd place at best. He might lose the podium altogether on this championship, but I don't think it's going to bother him too much. He didn't seem to be too concerned. Currently, our Drivers' Championship has Oversteer, this man right here, in the lead. And Tom is going to be 3rd place, going to be the closest contender who might actually be able to steal the victory. Now, as far as the team championship, obviously the Vamos for Hire boys are going to take that. I believe it's already clinched for the season. And Super Yam, he does have the potential, with an extraordinarily great result from him and 2 really poor results from both Tom and Oversteer, that could catapult him into a surprise championship victory, which I know personally would absolutely thrill him. So as much as I would love to see good racing all around, that would be a fairy tale ending. Absolutely. Paisani, normally not so far off the pace, but this is a tough track. And with only 3 minutes left, we'll at best see 2 more laps of qualifying from anybody here. Puma putting down a beautiful 207. That's going to be enough for pole position so far. Gorky has returned, so that is good news. I was worried he was just going to opt out. Didn't feel comfortable with the track, but it looks like he pulled on those boots, zipped up his suit, and he's ready to race. So I think that we are gonna see a big change in the order soon. Gonna see probably a couple fast laps coming in. And we've got overtime coming through. Not quite the outcome I was expecting from quali. We've got Puma on pole position. 2:06.9. Still on a flying lap, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it much faster. Meanwhile, we got Double Phil caught up in some traffic. Oversteer coming down the hill. Reverend's flying hard on the brakes. It's looking like the final corner. And he's coming in. Da-dang. And he'll be bringing it in as well. He knows that's not going to be a banker. Are we going to see anybody jump up to that pole position on their last lap? Pisani, no improvement. Da-dang coming in. Oversteer, what can you do? Oh, this is an outlap. What are you even doing? And he's pulling it right back in. He just needed a little more track time. Alright, so this is a little different than I was expecting. Tom is up there. I thought he would be pole, but Puma coming through with a really solid performance. Good job there. There is a broadcast actually. San, there is. You are in it. And yeah, so we're gonna be looking at Puma crushing it in there. 2:06.9. That is oh, could somebody be so kind as to link it into Discord for me? I actually don't have the stream running. I just have pop-out chat. Alright, there we go. Thank you, I believe that was Vaffle. I would give you VAF points, but I don't have any, so feel free to take them from somebody. I totally give you permission to take them from anybody you want. Oh yeah, totally not on the ACRL YouTube channel. I have not earned that yet. But you know, this is my third and hopefully not final broadcast for you guys, so I've really enjoyed it. I loved this series, not driving in it, that's why I'm here. Hopefully you guys will continue to not employ me in the future. But let's do a quick rundown here. So we've got Puma, Tom, Time, Oscar, Super Yam, Phil with 2 L's. That is very important. I want you to remember it. It's not Phil with 1 L. It's Phil with 2. I'm not sure if it's Philip, but it's definitely Phil with 2 L's. And then we have Dirk. Dirk's a great guy. Excellent car painter. Just gotta throw that one out there. His car, his livery, probably the best one in the field. If you don't agree with that, I'm sorry. And if your car's not here to argue, you don't really have a standing. Moving down, we got Sagi. He's going to be pulling in that 8th spot. And then Oversteer 9th. We saw some casual bants from Oversteer, saying that he never even completed a lap. But 2:09 is a surprisingly respectable time to not complete a lap. And then we got Riven, 10. Volkswagen, great name right there. He's going to be in 11th place. Matteo, is it Matteo? I always assumed it was Matteo. Pisani, he's going to be in the 12th position. 13th is going to be Da-dang, followed by Freddy, then Gorky, and then the new guy, San, 383. I wish him the greatest of luck today. He has a very difficult battle ahead of him. Oh no, we've got a disconnect. Hopefully he's going to be back in time. I would absolutely hate to see that. Tom flashing his headlights. I'm pretty sure he actually has that bound to his accelerator. If last race was any indicator, he was flashing those lights all the time. Still going. There we go. And we're going to be lights out soon. We're coming up to 40 seconds till the race start. And excellent, we've got Super EM back in, and the grid is looking pretty fine. We've got Puma. He is actually starting pole here. And then we're going to have Tom behind him. And then we have Team and Oscar Pink. Yep. And then we got Super EM. He made it back in time. And we're coming up to the lights now. 10 seconds left to start. And away they go. Big puff of smoke and everybody tears wide. It looks like we're 3 wide down the main straight into the first turn. And that's going to be Puma holding off Tom. Beautiful move. We got somebody wide, but it's okay. They're back on the track, and it looks like everybody made it through turn 1. That is absolutely beautiful. Super Yam looks like he got pushed back to last place there. Something must have happened, but unfortunately we cannot cut to a replay of that. We've got Puma going up the hill and Tom on the outside trying to make something happen. This is, if you're gonna try and make a move on the mountain part, you've got to do it in the uphill, because in the downhill section it is very hard to pass unless you just have a straight out pace advantage. And as they start reaching about the peak of the mountain, I'd call it, you're seeing them kind of just settle into a single file line, and that's what you're going to see almost every time we get to the top today. Now, we're going to have Super EM. I don't think he's going to want to stay behind San for this, but he really doesn't have a lot of choices right here. If he's going to try and make something stick, it's going to get really dangerous, so he's going to be held up. He knows better than to try and make that happen. We're going to jump back up in the front of the field for now, though. I have no doubt we'll see Super EM get by him in just a... Yeah, there we go, and he's past him, but he got held up quite a bit there, 6 seconds behind. Somebody's telling me that we may have had a weird quali lap recording. Either way, let's see what we've got going on. We've got Dirk chasing down Volkswagen. He is not going to be close enough to make a move this time. And Sagi with Dedang right on his bumper. Dedang is in a really good position to make a pass here, but he's just going to get blocked there, and I don't know if he's going to have the position to try on Hell's turn. We've got 1 lap in the bag and no major accidents so far. Absolutely beautiful. 27 minutes to go. They're going to be settling into a nice pace, trying to make those moves happen as they go up the mountain. And we see, who is that, Riveren on the outside? No, further back. Dedang going to the outside, tagging a little bit of the grass, but stealing away that position from Sagi. And he's going to make it stick. Is he going to be able to defend it up the mountain, though? Once he can get to the top, I think it'll be okay. We've seen a little bit of a lock up there from Volkswagen. And Dirk just holding on. He knows not to do anything silly. Puma putting a beautiful lead, pulling ahead of Tom now 2 seconds. Looks like Tom had to worry about Team a little, and that has cost him. But as far as raw pace, Tom has definitely got what it takes to keep up with Puma. the battle here. Volkswagen, Dirk, and a Dang all within a second of each other. Soggy right behind him too. We've got about 4 or 5 cars within a second and a half each other. They're battling hard too. I don't know if you're going to see any wild moves though. Especially coming down the hill, it's a little frisky. You just want to keep your car straight. You don't want to spin it. Oversteer, moving up 3 positions so far. So has Riven, as well as the Dang. We've had quite a bit of movement. And oversteer, right behind Oscar Pink. And it's looking like he does not have the run this time. Trying to fake a move. Make sure he sees him in the mirror. And now as they go up the hill, he's going to have a tow. Is he going to be able to get close enough to try and make a move, though? It is absolutely an insane attempt to try and go around the outside on this turn. I don't think he's going to. No, definitely not. But Dang, with a pass on Soggy, they're going back and forth. And Oscar Pink still trying to hold off oversteer. It is not a comfortable thing to see in your rearview mirror, though. And as they get into the downhill section, oversteer is one of the few people mad enough to try a move if he thinks he can make it on the downhill. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Oscar, Oscar's one of the more composed drivers, as I said. I don't think he's going to have a moment on the downhill that gives oversteer that opportunity to really jump in and make the move. However, he's got a mean toe coming down here. He's going to pull into the inside. He's alongside. Is he going to get it? And now they're going to drag into the final corner. Oscar. Oh! And he locks up and slides wide. He's going to get back onto the track. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I was worried for him there, but that's going to be another position for oversteer. That's 4 for him. Dang made up for himself as Volkswagen has fallen back 2 positions. Super Yam driving alone. Is he having some issues? Does he have a little bit of damage? And Sand gonna have disconnected here. It's unfortunate. It was his first try. I don't think he knew what he was quite getting himself into with this one. But I do commend all of his effort. Super Yam, is he damaged? His car is sounding a little strange. Yeah, he's going to be coming in for a pit, so it's looking like he's got some damage. We're going to jump on oversteer, who's just as we jump on board, going to make a pass on Phil with 2 L's. As Phil with 2 L's, when it was looking like he was a little squirrely. I don't know if there was any kind of contact there, but that'll be for the stewards to decide in the post-race recap. Double L Phil going to be chasing hard. He's got some good pace. I don't think he's going to let oversteer just drive away like that. Meanwhile, Dirk chasing down River. Dang chasing down Dirk. Oh, and River chasing down Oscar. Our train has gotten a little longer in the midfield. And this is only going to be good for, well, frankly, anybody further back, as Volkswagen's going to be looking in his mirror and seeing Paisani. Paisani is going to be quite happy to be chasing somebody. It's always more fun in a race when you're racing. And he's going to get a nice toe up into the that fast sweeping right. I don't think he's going to be close enough for a move into the final corner. And And Volkswagen's going to lock up the brakes a little bit. But then, again, still not quite close enough to make a move. And those are your two biggest opportunities. If you can get a good run, you can really take a dive onto the inside there. And they don't have much choice but to let you. And we jump on with Team. So he chases down Tom. A beautiful shot here as they go down the hill. You can see them so close to each other. Like little fish. And it looked like Dedang got a little loose. Lost a little bit of time chasing Riverin right there, but Riverin not quite as good of an exit as Dirk on that one. So Dirk's just gaining a little speed on the long straight. Oh, Super EM really having some trouble. An unfortunate day. Hopefully race 2 is going to go a little better for him today. He's had some issues in the pit. I think maybe some damage was missed. Maybe one of the mechanics forgot to tighten all the lugs. We'll never know. The team is really tight-lipped about what goes on in the pit. Dedang looking to make a move. Dragging right next to Riverin. Gonna eke past him, but is he going to be able to make it stick? Yep, he's going to have just the distance to pull out, cut in front of him for the turn. Oh, and then Dirk spins it. That is really unfortunate as he gets turned around. Oh, just missed by Pisani and Volkswagen. That's going to drop him down 5 positions. Dedang and Riverin, as well as Sagi, all eagerly eat up those positions gained. Volkswagen seems to have gained some pace ever since falling behind Pisani. Yes, sir, this is the last race in this series. Our next races are going to be GT3. And, oh, we've got Sagi. It looks like he had an issue there. Maybe a little bit of a wall. Either way, unfortunate for him, loses 2 positions real quick. And not much love shown for the race leader. He's not having a bad time today. He's just driving a real nice clean race. 2 seconds ahead of second place. Tom just angrily chasing him, but not really gaining or losing anything any time. Tim the same. 1, 2, and 3 just locked in a stalemate. Pretty much going exactly the same speed. Oversteer made up 5 positions, but since then has not really been able to catch the podium. And our real action is happening in that midfield still. Volkswagen under attack from Sagi. Looks like he got a little better of an exit And so even with the tow, Sagi's just not going to be able to make up enough distance to his bumper to make that stick this turn. And like I've said before, I don't think that a lot of these drivers are going to make a move on the downhill. So if he's not able to get close enough to make something happen in these very few sections, then he just kind of has to accept where he is, hug his bumper the whole way down, and hope he's got a better run next time. These really tight circuits are a lot of fun to drive. They are absolutely beautiful to watch these guys drive on, but I have to say, as far as the racing they provide, it is quite limited. There's not a lot of opportunities to make the great things happen. This track is less about the overtakes that you'll make and more about the mistakes you won't. Speaking of, on board, seeing Volkswagen there lock up, nearly spinning it out as he goes through. I believe that was the dipper, but he manages to keep it on track, doesn't lose too much time, and doesn't give up a position, so overall not a bad move. Oversteer has, in the past 2 laps, brought down the distance to Tim by a second and a half. So that is going to be pretty good for him. If he can continue this, he should be able to catch him in the next 2 or 3 laps. And that'd give him just enough time to try and maybe put 1 or 2 moves on him and get that podium position. Tom, if Tom can finish second and Oversteer's unable to make up another position, this could be the catalyst to giving Tom the championship this season. As we jump deeper into the field, Volkswagen was within hundredths of a second of Pisani there, but it looks like he's now under attack more than anything. Sagi getting a really good tow, and he's going to take the inside, going too wide, but the next turn's going to be a left. If Sagi can't slot it in, yeah, he's going to have to give it back up to Volkswagen. He's going to have a better angle into this one, so he's going to have a nice exit, but I don't... No, he's going to make that happen. They're still too wide. Sagi's going to slot back in. Absolutely beautiful racing from Sagi. He has just no prisoners today. That was excellent driving, and Volkswagen just kind of a little floored, it looked like. I don't think he was expecting anybody to try and make a move there, but well done. That looks like it might have rattled him a little. He doesn't seem to be on his game quite as much right now. He was doing pretty good following Pisani, but I don't know, something about that white car maybe? Either way, Oversteer down to still 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. An unfortunate story for him. He has got to pick it up if he's going to want to take the podium today. Tim just holding on, doing solid laps, not doing anything too crazy. His lap times are about a second and then some slower than Oversteer, so I don't know how well that's going to work out for him in the end. Tom doing just about the same lap times as his teammate. And Puma still putting down the best lap times. In fact, we just see him put down his last lap being his best lap. Super Yam. He is shook. I can only imagine he has some serious damage that he just cannot fix. Putting in a 213. He's probably fighting some kind of suspension damage. I think he picked that up in the very first lap on the straight, so That's really unfortunate if so. Oversteer. Right on the bumper, Tim. Right at the bottom of the hill with a great exit and onto them. Big straight. He's gonna try and cut the toe, but it didn't do anything. And yeah, it seems like he's gonna make that one stick really strong. He found a good spot to get that pass, and once he gets past him, I don't think that team has the raw pace to take that position back. Now Oversteer, he does drive hard, so we could see him Bennett trying to chase down Tom. Sagi still behind Paisani within a second. Oh yeah, absolutely right. Tim made a big mistake in that last lap. He's a full 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds off his normal pace there. No wonder Oversteer was able to get by him so easy. Meanwhile, Phil still just chugging along. He's had a good run so far. He doesn't seem to be having too many issues. His car seems pretty stable. Doesn't seem to have picked up any damage so far. And as long as he can keep it together, he's looking to pick up some good points. Gorky on a solo drive right now. Freddy as well. Super EM definitely had to have picked up some damage. His fastest lap is only a 2:10, and his absolute raw pace is much, much faster than that. Tom put in a fastest lap until Oversteer must have heard that on the team radio and said, let me turn it up a little bit. Kicked on that nitrous, threw in a 2:06.78. With a pace like that, he still will not catch Tom by the end of this race. Unless Tom makes some serious errors. Or heaven forbid, Puma, who is still very strong, 2-second lead on Tom. If Puma or Tom bottles it, Oversteer will be able to easily gobble that position. But this field has spread right apart at this point. Sagi still chasing down Paisani though. Sagi is just right up the tailpipes. It looks like Tim has some damage on the front right. It's hard to tell. Let me see. He's a Ford boy, eh? Who else is a Ford boy? It's really tough to see if he picked up any damage, but He does have a little misalignment on his hood, so he could have a little bit of scuffed steering. He doesn't seem to be losing too much. No, he's losing about half a second or more each time now. At this point, he's going to be under attack from double Phil. Yeah, he's pulling pretty hard right now. You can see it as he tries to go up the straight, pulling to the right. I'm just going to assume you're a doctor based on your name and that you know exactly what you're talking about. He is holding it together though for what it's worth. I just don't have the brain to think of things like that today, Mr. Poole. Why are you gonna be so logical? Phil, it looks like he went for a little spin. Picked up a little damage in the front right. Either that or he absolutely cooked his tires, but either way, it looks like his rear is sliding around pretty hard. Behind him, though, who is that? Dang. On the hunt. He is putting down considerably better times right now than Phil's last time, that's for sure. And at this pace, Phil might have something to worry about in the last lap of the race. If he makes another mistake, he is going to see Dang right in his rear view. Let's jump on board with Phil. Take a ride up the mountain. Ooh, and he's gonna tag a wall. Into the dipper. Into the forest's elbow. And into the long straight he goes. And right up ahead you see Tim, but unfortunately no closer. So it's looking like as long as Tim can hold it together, Phil will not be taking this position from him. Let's jump on board with our race leader. Oh, and we've got some off-track happening behind him. That's Oversteer going wide. Oversteer's pushing as hard as he can as he reaches the end of this, but it's not going to be enough for him to get the second position. And Puma just doing an excellent job this race. He is just putting on a clinic. Nice, clean race. No errors. I apologize so much if I jinxed you in this last lap of the race. But as I was saying, excellent showing so far. This is exactly how you start a race, pole position, put some distance down, and then hold it for the remainder of the race. Held a 2-second lead for nearly the entire race, and then right at the end really put his foot down and stretched the lead to nearly 5 seconds. Phenomenal racing. And as he goes across the line, there's going to be 20 seconds left. So that is going to mean one more lap, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was a little early there. It was here's the start finish there, but we are still going to have one more lap. He should have slowed up just enough. I honestly think he could have kept the position. And there you see again, oversteer trying to chase down Tom, not getting any closer. Tom, not any closer to Puma. They're locked in this beautiful stalemate where everybody is now at their maximum pace, and it does not seem like anybody is going to make a mistake. Further back in the field, though, Sagi chasing down Riverin. He's getting close. If he wants to do it, this has gotta be when he's gonna make that move. Riverin excellent on the brakes there. The pressure is got to be enormous. Oh, and as I say it, Sagi throws himself sideways, pitches it, and loses out on the chase, putting himself under attack actually from Paisani, who is going to be now within striking distance if another little mishap like that occurs. You better believe he's going to smell blood in the water. And Puma across the line for the win. Tom taking second place, oversteer for the third. That's going to be our podium. And then as we come across, we're going to have Tim coming down. Phil, it looked like he went wide back there. We're going to have Tim taking the fourth place. Double L Phil under attack from Dedang with that little off there. Everything has gone weird for me. We've got Double L Phil and Dedang. Riverin coming in. I think that was a lap traffic. That was Freddy. I thought that was a battle for position for a minute, but no, my mistake. And we've got Riverin taking 7th position. Sagi in 8th. Paisani in 9th. Dirk coming to the line now. He's going to take 10th for that last and final point slot. Volkswagen coming down. He's just cruising. Doesn't look like he's in much of a rush. But I think he's still going to manage to get across the line. All right, and that was a it was quite an eventful race one. Take a look, see if we have any salt. No salt. Okay, okay. No salt. That's very nice. Yeah, good job, Tim. I saw you you managed to hold that together really well despite the damage right there. Volkswagen. Now it all makes sense. He had run out of gas and was just trying to make it to the end. Luckily, most of it's downhill, so we're going to be hopping out of here and taking a quick break until race 2. So hang in there. We'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And it's gonna be one hell of a race. I think now that these guys have just done a half an hour of racing, and maybe even longer than that, depending on how long they were in practice, we might see some guys fully up to their full potential. And what I mean by that is we're going to see some guys at maximum attack. I don't know how that's going to go, but our new guy does not seem to be coming back for race 2. Our grid is reversed from some arbitrary point in the middle of the field that I wasn't informed of. So we're going to work that out real quick. It looks like it was the top 11. I'm going with 11 that they switched up this time. And Gorky and Dirk gonna be our leads. That can't be right though. We've got an empty grid position. 12th. Look at this. I'm getting all the inside information today. Adam Poole, I don't know who you are, but you seem to know all of the secrets. Also, I'm a little salty that you're also named Adam. That's my name. I'd like it back. Thank you. The powers that be. Yeah, not many of them are racing today, it seems. The mods gave up on their baby. Even Rune Janssens has given up on his baby, and he loved this series. Oh, I can't fight you for the name. I mean, I would lose. Can I just... No, that's me too, though. Ah, you're Adder. You're not a fan of the V8s? Great car, excellent mod quality. Will you be taking part in the GT3 races? Hell no, he says. We got a hater here. Now take a look at chat here. Oversteer, always a fan of this. What a madman. Let's see if we can get through a clean lap 1. Gorky dealing with the true. Still, oh, thank you so much. I totally would have forgotten. I mean, not that there's anything good going on right now, but I made that card, by the way. I made all of my cards with a stolen PNG of the map and then very light paint.network. I hope you're impressed with the quality of my broadcasts. I have put only the hardest of work into my prep. And it looks like we are about 20 seconds from lights out. And they are off. Ready to go. And Gorky pulling out in the lead. Gonna hold off everybody at the start. Dirk slotting into that second position, taking it straight from Paisani, who has also seemed to lost the position to Rivern. And we've got one wide, cutting across the pack. He's going to swing straight through and not take anybody else out. That's going to be Sagi. Super Yem making it through without the damage. It looks like he did have to slow down a little to avoid it. Hopefully that didn't hit him. He had such a unfortunate turn of events last time. I'm really hoping he can have a good race this time. Dirk right in the rear. Gonna be slotting up through this, going one by one. Little ding off the wall there. Oh, and we've got one into the wall. That looked like Rivern. Dirk gonna hit the wall himself. But still, everybody except for Sagi, all one big train. Look at the tightness of this field as they all come through. And it looks like Super Yam going to be picking up some time. Rivern, he's going to get pushed back to the back of the pack, and Sagi's going to have somebody to fight back there. Dirk having a great start so far. In the back of the field, we've got Puma getting blocked by Freddy, and he's also blocked in on the other side by Oscar Pink. He's not going to be able to make any moves. Looking to see if the grass is an option, but Oscar's going to get a little fishy under braking. Phil going for a move on the inside of Tim, and on the outside of that, Tom wanting to pull through in the back. He's just going to follow Phil right around, and he's going to go 3 wide? No, he's going to back out of that move. Smart. Oversteer and Tom side by side, both looking to make a move. And, oh, it's Oversteer. He bottles it. And he goes back, spinning. It's going to the back of the field. It's going to look like he's going to lose. Straight to the back of the pack he goes. And we've got the first little bit of a gap showing here. Dirk, 2 seconds. Followed by Gorky, Paisani, and Dang, all within 0.2 of a second. They are so close. If one of them were to sneeze right now, all 3 of them might just be out of this race. Just a little further back, Tim right on the bumper of Tom. Right behind that, Puma, Oscar Pink, chasing each other. Super Yam threw himself right back into the fight. He is on the bumper of Puma, our race leader from last race. You know, Puma had the pace. Speaking of Puma, he's going to be looking to make a move on Oscar. He definitely has more raw pace on this track than Oscar, so I don't think he's a madman though, and I don't think he's going to want to try and make something stick on the way down the hill. Look at how close we are as I go on board. Dang spinning out. He's going to be losing some positions, and he's backwards, facing up the hill. Dirk still in the lead. Strongly 5 seconds. Paisani putting 2 seconds down. Then Phil, Tom, Team, Oscar, Poomer, Gorky, all as fast as you can say them. That's how fast they go by. Phil in his rear view. He's got the Vamos for hire, and that looked to be a very suspect defense and block, and it's gonna not pay off for him as he spins. Tom back on the podium. Race 1, he managed second. Is he going to manage second again? I know he wants to, but he's got quite the feat ahead of him. Paisani's got a good lead. He's got fair pace. I think he can hold this off for quite a while. And if Tim can continue to put pressure on Tom, Tom's not going to be able to make the fast drives he's going to want to make. Puma looking to try to go up the inside. Oscar not giving him the space. But Puma is so much neater through that turn 1. You can really see he's got his lines down for this track. Oscar, a little bit of a lockup. That's going to cost him a 10th. He's got Puma so close behind him that he cannot afford it at all. As they're going to reach the top of the crest, there's not going to be too many opportunities coming up. However, all it's going to take is a slight lockup from Oscar, and Puma's going to slide right on in there. You could see the difference in their styles right there through that last section. Puma just kind of floated over the crest. Oscar gripping hard, biting through it. You can tell Puma's really comfortable pushing the car at the top of the mountain. Oh, but coming down, he's going to tag that wall just a little bit. Those walls, they can really add up and start hammering down on that suspension damage. Next thing you know, your wheel's going to have a little bit of a kink to it. Team, though, still right on the bumper. Tom, not giving up. Tom still chasing down Paisani. Look at that train. You've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Paisani knows it's only going to take a small error to lose all 4 of those positions. Tom getting closer and closer every lap. He's going to be in a position to make a move soon. Under a 10th, he's going to be dragging him up the hill. Is he going to make the move? Fastest lap from oversteer coming through at 2:08.53. Tom easily slots in ahead of Paisani. Had the run. Gonna make a clean turn and sticks it. Team sliding a little sideways. He had a good position, but he lost a 10th there. Oversteer moving back up the field. He had fallen down to last place. Climbed back up 3. But now, chasing down Freddie. Back up front. Team right back on the bumper. Paisani seems to have regained that lost time from the last lap. But he's got more pressing matters. Puma is just as close to his bumper. Oscar Pink trying to hold on, not quite keeping the pace. Super Yam, a little further back in the field. Sizing up Gorky, thinking about it. I think he's going to be making a move soon. He's really got to run on him here. Gorky playing a smart game there. Middle of the track. Not giving him a lot of places to go. And Super Yam just doesn't have... Yeah, he's just not close enough to close that. But Gorky drives right off the track. He just handed him the position. Dirk. Beautiful drive so far. 6.5 seconds up on Tom. Team 8 seconds down. I'm not sure what happened there. He must have lost some time. Looks like a few people lost some time in that last one. timing thing has seemed to thrown a fit. There we go. Just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Paisani still under attack. Hey, Adder, if you know what I did to take away intervals, the big D. Are you talking about Dirk here? Puma still wants to make those moves, but just no place to do it. Gorky retires. And Super Yam. Super Yam has made, like, the trend a bit on the standing rows. Perhaps I'm just slow, but I can't for the life of me fathom. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're a hero. There we go. My brain could not do math that fast. I'm so sorry for you guys. Oscar seems to have fallen back just a bit from this battle. And he's going full on Tokyo Drift. His composure has been shaken today. He's held it together in all the past races so well, but something about the big guy, Mount Panorama, just, it has that effect on people. You can only put so much out there before the mountain just fights back. And at the back of the pack, we have a pretty close fight, actually. Rivern and Sagi fighting for, you know, last position, but still a fight nonetheless. A race is a race. Thank you. I believe that Rivern is most likely gonna have the pace. Speaking of pace, Puma, right back on the bumper, Pisani. This has been a constant, and I'm afraid to look away at this point because it's only gonna take the slightest error from either of them. Jumping on board with Paisani now. And as I say that, Puma, a little lock up on the brakes. And that's going to be all it takes for him not to be close enough to have the run down the hill. All Paisani has to do is make sure that he gets a better run onto each one of these straights, and he can pretty much keep Puma from making that pass. There's just not enough good possibilities. Jumping on board with Puma, let's see from his perspective just how frustrating this must be. And it seems like not very. Maybe he just needed the push, the enthusiasm. We're the eyes of 10,000 viewers. I'm going to assume I have 10,000 viewers because I have no way to confirm that. But he makes a beautiful move. Finally does what he needs to do. And just starts putting down time. He's almost a second up now. You can tell that he was definitely being held up. I do not mean to sound negative at all when I say that, but Paisani did not have the same pace that Puma did today. And Puma was unfortunately just being held up there. I think that he could have been challenging Team a little faster. And if he can't make the podium, it's going to be that inability to get past Paisani sooner in the race that is the reason. Team, I know he's got good pace, and if he can keep his steering angle good during this race, he's going to keep this podium position. He is too damn hungry from the last race to let it slide away now. I don't think he's going to try and make any silly moves. He's going to hope that Dirk and Tom battle it out, which, by the way, unfortunately, Dirk, he has lost the lead. An amazing run from Dirk. But Tom, with the raw pace, was able to just hunt him down. And yeah, Tom's best lap was about 2 seconds faster. So unfortunately, if Dirk can't find something, I don't know if he's going to be able to challenge Tom again. Tom, though, does push very hard. There is always the chance of a bottle. But as I say that, he's already stretched his lead on Dirk to 1.5 seconds. Tim rolling right up the bumper of Dirk. He's going to be challenging him for that second spot soon. And I'm sure after the way race one went, he's not going to be too happy to want to take third. He's going to want as many points as he can get, and he's going to take them. So Dirk is going to be under attack very soon. Oh, and as I say that, Team, beautiful save, full opposite lock through the Dippa. And he pulls it out clean and barely loses a tenth there. Oh, but as I say that, a full spin, 360 and across the track. Is he going to collect him? No, but he is going to lose a position to Puma. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That shouldn't have happened after such a beautiful save, but your tires probably just didn't have time to cool down and continue pushing them. It's just bound to happen. A little slide like that can really, really screw you. Especially in a section on that downhill. Paisani, though. Sees a new man in front of him. Wants a piece. He knows he couldn't keep up with Puma's pace, but perhaps he can get a piece of team. Oversteer. I'm not sure. His best lap is very, very fast, but his last lap was 2 minutes and 18 seconds, so I can only assume he is fighting some damage. Either that or he has had some absolutely beautiful luck all race long. Super Yam put on a fairly consistent performance since his start. Gained 6 positions. That's Oversteer coming up behind him, and it looks like he's just going to give the position. I don't think he wanted to battle it out there. Probably a pretty smart decision there. No need to try and fight Oversteer going downhill. But hopefully he hasn't picked up any damage. I really hope I'm not going to see a repeat of the last race. Meanwhile, the field is just pretty stretched out. Our running order is going to be Tom with 4 seconds up on second place Dirk, who is 6 seconds, 5.5 seconds up on Team. Team Clean Air in front and behind. It's going to be followed by Paisani, almost 3 seconds behind him. You've got Oscar Pink 2 seconds back again. Phil with 2 L's, not sure again if that's Philip or not, but he's going to be 6 seconds back even further. Oversteer, he's going to be coming up on Puma now, and I think that Puma just gave him the position. I'm not really sure what's going on, but Puma just gave up the position to Super Yam as well. Does he have serious damage? It does look like he's battling the car. And his last lap was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so that is quite the unfortunate outcome for Puma after such a good start. He really had a great start of the race, and to pick up damage like that's always going to be a difficult thing to swallow. Meanwhile, jumping through. We have, oh god, Reverend. He's putting in a real slow lap last time. He's looking to have, doesn't look like he has damage, it just looks like he went for maybe an excursion. His last lap time was really low. And Oscar Pink holding it together, slowly eking out some time on Paisani. He's only got 6 minutes left though. I don't know if that's going to be enough time. He is under a second now, but it is not easy to make up a second unless a mistake is made. And Paisani's been pretty consistent this whole race, so it's really going to be on Oscar to hold it together, and as I say that, he's going to lose at least a 10th or more right there with that little fishtail onto the straight. Unfortunately, not a lot of action so far on this one. The field kind of just spread out as it went and never really changed. Meanwhile, we'll take a little helicopter tour. It's always a fun time. That's enough of that. Tom, doing exactly what he needs to do. A great result in the first race and a great result in the second race could very well be what is necessary to take the championship from his teammate. And Oversteer, after dropping down all the way to last place, has come back up into 7th. An absolute madman and one hell of a great drive so far, but he's gonna need all the points he can get to stave off Tom stealing that win in the last race. A little bit of teammate rivalry is a lot of fun, but you could see some true salt after this one. Oversteer wants to make more positions, but with 4 minutes left and a 5-second gap, sorry, I was misreading that. That's only a 2-second gap, but with only a 2-second gap, he's still not going to be able to bring that down in time. His last lap was a 2:07, and Phil's last lap was a 2:09. So, well, I'll be damned if Phil keeps up exactly what he's doing right now. He might just be in trouble. Oscar. Getting close. Within half a second. He's going to be wanting to make the move soon. Puma. Poor guy. With the damage, he's just going to have to let the dang pass. But back to Oscar. He's lucky these aren't diesels with how close he's sitting to that exhaust pipe. He just can't seem to keep it close during the, I guess you'd call it the peak. He seems to reel him back in, but he's gonna have to stay close. Real close coming out onto that final straight if he wants to make a pass here. And Oscar. This is as close as he's gonna need to be. And he's tucked in behind. He's gonna jut out, but he doesn't have the run yet. Is he going to be alongside enough? No. Paisani cuts in front of him, chops his nose, braking hard, little lockup, but just enough to stop the car. And Paisani staves off the attack again. Meanwhile, Sagi attacking his teammate. Oscar, though, still so close. I can't. And Oscar bins it into the wall, probably taking a little bit of suspension damage there. And as I say it, jumping back on board with Sagi as he takes the pass on Freddy, who's binned it into the wall on the downhill. Sagi gonna drive away clean, oversteer, moving through. He's now come up 1 second from Phil in the last minute of the race. I think we'll probably see, let's see where Tom is. Tom's at the top of the mountain. I think he'll make it to the bottom in time. We're probably going to see one more lap, and that is bad for Phil. If we see one more lap, Phil is going to have oversteer in his mirror the entire time, and it's going to be frankly up to oversteer at that point to not make the move. Phil's already got something to worry about. Looks like oversteer using a little more of the track everywhere. Let's jump onto that rear wing. Look at the Brazilian. And there we go. It doesn't look like he's got a good run. And he does not have a good enough run out of that corner. He's not going to be able to make the move into this turn. And surely that means he's not going to be able to make... Oh, is that the checkered flag? It was the checkered flag. And as we see it, team gonna take second, Dirk third for the drag race to the finish. Just barely not getting there. Paisani gonna take the fourth place with Oscar Pink coming in fifth. Double fill and oversteer unable to get the pass done in time. Oh, I gotta say, Phil got a little lucky there. If it had gone one more lap, I guarantee he would have lost that position. But Tom, maybe a little bit of anti-team orders there. And in the race before one more lap, guaranteeing, I think, his championship victory. Super Yam coming in 8th, Dedang 9th place, Puma coming in 10th with quite a lot of damage, if I could say. It was amazing he brought that home. Sagi, Rivern, and Freddy still coming down. Sagi coming down the hill right now. And he's going to be coming across the line in just a minute. There we go for 11th place. Rivern coming through. And our final contender, Freddy, coming through in 13th place. But it is not last. We did have a DNF. All is not lost. An excellent race. Little bit of a snooze there in the middle as things separated, but they came together right at the end. And congratulations. Tom with an amazing performance. And do we have any salt today? No. They're keeping it civil. And as always, I'm not one to do... there we go. As I was saying, I am not big on the interviews. I don't really enjoy talking to people. I just enjoy talking at people. And so with that, and no co-host, I'm going to bid you all adieu. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this show. And I will hopefully be broadcasting again in the future. That's not up to me, though. Goodbye.